Same chart, same setup, same exact moment. One trader clicks calmly and moves on with their day. The other panics, doubts everything, and makes a decision they'll regret in an hour. The difference between them isn't the strategy, it isn't intelligence, it's 5 quiet things. And most traders can't see a single one of them in themselves. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which trader you are. Let's go. The first difference shows up the moment a trade goes wrong. The emotional trader takes the loss personally. It feels like an insult, so they do the most natural thing in the world. They try to win it back immediately. They open another trade, bigger this time, to undo the pain. We call this revenge trading, and it's how small losses turn into account-destroying days. The disciplined trader does something that looks almost boring. They accept the loss. They expected losses to happen because losses are simply part of the cost of doing business. They close the screen, take a breath, and protect their state of mind before they ever think about the next trade. Here's the truth. The loss didn't hurt the emotional trader. Their reaction to the loss did. The second difference is about rules, the ones you wrote for yourself. The emotional trader treats their rules like suggestions. They have a plan, sure. But the moment the market gets exciting or scary, the plan disappears. They tell themselves, just this once. And just this once happens 3 times a week. The disciplined trader treats their rules like part of who they are. Breaking a rule doesn't feel like a small shortcut to them. It feels like becoming someone they don't want to be. They don't follow rules because they're strict. They follow rules because they've decided what kind of trader they are, and that identity is not up for negotiation in the heat of the moment. Anyone can write rules. The entire game is whether you obey them when it's hard. The third difference is invisible, but it changes everything. Where their eyes go. The emotional trader watches the money. They stare at the profit and loss number ticking up and down, and their mood rides every tick. Green, and they feel like a genius. Red, and they feel sick. Their attention is glued to the outcome. The disciplined trader watches the process. Did I follow my plan? Did I size correctly? Did I wait for my setup? They keep their attention on the things they can actually control, and they let the outcome of any single trade take care of itself. When you watch the money controls you. When you watch the process, you stay in control. This one separates beginners from professionals more than anything else. Ask an emotional trader if they had a good trade, and they'll tell you whether they made money. Profit equals good. Loss equals bad. Simple. But that definition is a trap, because it means a reckless, lucky win gets rewarded, and a perfectly executed trade that happened to lose gets punished. Over time, that teaches them to do the wrong things. The disciplined trader has a completely different definition. A good trade is one where they followed their plan, win or lose. A bad trade is one where they broke their own rules, even if it made money. They judge themselves on execution, not on luck. Because here's what the professionals understand. You can do everything right and still lose, and you can do everything wrong and still win. If you let the result decide whether you are good, the market will train you to be reckless. The final difference is the deepest one. It's about identity. For the emotional trader, the account balance and their self-worth are the same thing. A winning week and they feel powerful, smart, unstoppable. A losing week and they feel like a failure as a person. They're strapped to an emotional roller coaster they didn't choose, and the market drives it. The disciplined trader has quietly separated 2 things that most people fuse together: who they are and how their last trade went. They can have a losing day and still go home a calm, whole person. Their identity isn't on the table every time they click. This is the real freedom in trading. Not a number in an account, but the ability to stay the same person whether the market is kind to you or cruel. So if you saw yourself in the emotional trader, don't feel bad. Almost everyone starts there. I did too. But notice something important. Not a single one of these 5 differences was about a secret indicator or a better strategy. Every one of them was about who you are when the pressure hits. That's good news, because it means you don't need to learn something new. You need to practice becoming someone new, one trade at a time. The next time the market makes you want to break a rule, that single moment of not breaking it is the whole transformation. Do it again and again. That's how the red trader slowly becomes the green one. You don't rise to the level of your strategy. You fall to the level of your discipline. If this hit home, do 2 things. First, ask yourself honestly which of the 5 you struggle with most. And just be aware of it the next time you trade. Awareness is where it all starts. And if you want to keep building this mindset with people working on the exact same thing, there's a free community linked in the description. No pressure, just come learn with us. Subscribe if you want more of these, and I'll see you in the next one.